Hey, what do you say, my fellow weekend warriors? You guys saw the thumbnail and the title. I'm making my Halloween meat lovers party tray. I've got my pellet smoker turned on today. It's set to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm using the competition blend pellets. Now, if you're watching this at home and you don't have one of these smokers, you could do this in your oven. You're just not gonna get that extra wood flavor, but that's okay. Just set your oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit and you can do this exact same thing. What I have here is a slab of St. Louis cut ribs. You could use baby back ribs, and I've already pulled the membrane off. You guys know how to do that. Just take a little knife, get under that skin, grab it with the paper towel and rip it off. That's all you gotta do. And I actually got the idea for this from the Food Network. I saw a picture of it. I was looking up Halloween themed barbecue ideas, and that picture caught my eye, and I just had to try and recreate this. I think you guys are gonna like it. And what you're gonna do with your ribs, just a little tiny bit of yellow mustard. You could also use maybe a little bit of vegetable oil, basically just something to get your rub to stick. And I'm not using a lot, as you saw. Just a little tiny bit, just like that on this side here. Then I'll go ahead and flip it over, let you see this side. I'm not trimming any of this off. This can all stay, it's fine. And just a little bit more mustard. If you've never used mustard before as a binder, you cannot taste it by the time it's finished cooking. So don't worry about that if you don't like the taste of mustard. And then for my seasonings or my rub, I'm gonna go with a very light base layer of salt, pepper, and garlic. Just a little bit. Don't want to overpower it. We're gonna put sauce on this in the end anyways. And then put down some of your favorite barbecue rub that has some sugar in it. This has a little bit of brown sugar. It's a Heath Riles pecan rub. But like I said, use your favorite. And I'm just gonna try and get a nice even coat, just to make sure everything's covered. And then I'm gonna flip it over and do the exact same thing on this side. All right, so that's it for the ribs. We're gonna get them right into my smoker, or you can put it in your oven or grill, however you wanna do it. I'm going 300 degrees Fahrenheit, like I said, because I want this to cook a little bit quicker than normal. If you wanna do it low and slow, that's fine, go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and slide these right in here. Just get them right here on this rack. Just lay them nice and flat. And then what's gonna happen in about 2 hours, I'm gonna come out and put some sausage up here to cook. That sausage is gonna drip down on our ribs and give it even more flavor. So let me get this door closed. And now we can start making the head, kind of the skeleton head for our platter. This is really easy. You guys are gonna love this. So what I've got, this is 4 scallions or green onions chopped up. This is 4 pieces of thick cut bacon that I went ahead and fried off, and it's kind of crispy, which is what you want. 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese out of the bag. I've got some ultra thin honey ham, and then 3 packages of cream cheese that has been sitting out for about an hour, so it's nice and soft. And what you're gonna do is get all 3 of them into a bowl. Get the biggest bowl you have, because you're gonna need some room. Dump in your bacon, green onions, cheddar cheese, and then I'm gonna season it with a little bit of the salt, pepper, garlic, and a little bit of sweet from the barbecue rub. And then I'm gonna use my hands, I've got some gloves on, to get all of this mixed together. And then I've got some parchment paper right here. We're gonna turn this out onto the paper. And now the fun part, we're gonna kind of mold this or shape it into, I don't know, kind of like a mummy's head, I guess. So, just kind of basing this off the picture I saw. This part here, push in here, kind of round this out. I'm I'm sure you guys will do much better at this than I will. I am terrible. The next thing I'm gonna do is drape this in ham, or if you wanted, prosciutto, if you want to spend a little bit more money. A couple of green olives with the pimentos in there. Kind of cut them in half. These will be our eyes. Just kind of push those down and in there. And I've got a little bit of cream cheese that I have left over in the bowl that I'm going to use for a nose. And I'm going to make a little indent here for the mouth. Alright, so that's what I got. Get as creative as you like. This is going to go in the refrigerator to firm back up until we're ready to put all this together. And we're coming up on about the 2-hour mark, so we're about ready to take a look at the ribs. Before we do, now we're going to get the sausage going. So let me show you what I got going on here. This is 2 pounds of sweet Italian sausage from my butcher. So what I'm going to do is just carefully get this back, just like that. Let's go get it in the smoker and check on those ribs. Just pop this door open real quick. Pair of tongs. Those are looking good. Those are probably ready to eat right now if you wanted. Nice color. Bones are starting to pop out. Bottom's got some good color to it, so I'm just gonna let those go. And I'm gonna get my sausage right over top. It's gonna get a bunch of drippings down onto this, kind of baste those ribs a little bit. And I did have to change this. My pizza screen is just a little bit too big, so I've got it on my beef jerky rack instead. Get that guy right there. Get this door closed. All right, that's gonna start smelling really good when that sausage starts dripping down in there. So we're gonna let that cook until it reaches an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the safe temperature for sausage. Once it does, we're gonna put this whole thing together. It's gonna be an awesome Halloween meat lovers party tray. Can't wait to put it together, and we'll be back in a little bit. And our sausage is just about done. It's been 1 hour since I put it in there. I did take the ribs out about a half hour ago, let them cool down a little bit, and then I went ahead and flipped them over and cut them into individual bones. We'll put a little bit of sauce on them later. And so now we're gonna build this tray, and I gotta tell you, this thing is massive. This is a baking pan or cookie sheet. This came to me from a subscriber, Sang Lim from Chicago. This is a 21 by 15 baking pan. So that's what we're gonna use for our tray. I've got some butcher paper, put this down, and it's very windy today, of course. So please bear with me as I try to do this. I'm gonna turn it towards you. And then I took my paper that was underneath and just kind of cut around it. This should slide right off. So here is our head. Next up is a red pepper that I just put on a real hot pan and got a nice sear on it. Cut the top off, and then I cut this little wedge out. That's gonna be our heart. So we'll put that right about there. Okay, now for the ribs. Kind of put these right off to the side here. Okay, and now I've got a bunch of leftover pulled pork from a couple weeks ago. Typically what we do is vacuum seal and freeze it. And so I've got a bunch of that I thawed out and reheated. I'm gonna put this down. Just a big mound. This all over the place. It's starting to look spooky. All right, now for the sausage. These are kind of the intestines. Get those right on there. All right, now I've got some white bread. Just cut them in half, put them over there. Then we'll put some assorted crackers out for this part. Lay that out so people can dip in there. Just get a little bit more pulled pork down here in the corners. People are gonna be like, that's disgusting, what is that? Until they try it. Then they'll be blown away. There we go. Then just as a final touch for your ribs, use your favorite barbecue sauce. Drizzle some on, and then we'll brush it Make it nice and pretty. Man, I'll tell you what, this is a Halloween party I'd want to go to. If I see someone put this out, it's a lot of effort. I always appreciate it when people make things that take some time. No low effort party trays at this house. And there we go. I mean, that was pretty fun. I love doing this kind of stuff. Think outside of the box, just have fun with it. But there it is. This will be the one time I don't taste it because we're actually having guests over and I don't want to ruin it and take a rib out or anything like that. So there we go. If you guys like what we're doing over here, hit that subscribe button right there and definitely check out one of my other videos right here, and I'll see you over there.